When people talk about food security, the conversation often sounds dramatic: empty shelves, rising prices, panic buying, fear about the future. But that's never been what resilience looks like on my homestead. For me, resilience has always been quieter than that. It's built slowly, thoughtfully, one system at a time. It looks like seeds started in winter when the garden is sleeping. It looks like animals that fit into daily life instead of overwhelming it. It looks like food preserved in ways that make life easier, not harder. And most importantly, it's about living beautifully while learning to feed yourself. Today, I want to walk you through how I think about building a self sufficient food system on a real homestead, one that works through every season, adapts as life changes, and supports the people living there. This isn't about perfection, it isn't about extremes, and it definitely isn't about doing everything all at once. It's about building resilience in a way that feels sustainable, practical, and calm. When I say resilient homestead, I'm not talking about never going to the grocery store again or producing every single thing you consume. Resilience isn't about isolation, it's about layers. A resilient food system has backups. If one part struggles, the rest can carry you. If the garden has a bad year, the freezer and pantry step in. If the freezer fails, shelf stable foods matter. If life gets busy or overwhelming, simple stored ingredients keep you fed anyway. Resilience means your system bends instead of breaking. It also means being honest about your limits, your time, your energy, your space, and your season of life. I've learned over the years that a resilient homestead should support your life, not dominate it. Self sufficiency doesn't mean doing more and more until you're exhausted. It means designing systems that quietly work in the background. For me, helping people live beautifully and self sufficiently has always meant showing that resilience can feel gentle, not frantic. One of the biggest misconceptions about homesteading is that it's seasonal, that everything happens in spring and summer and winter is just a waiting period. But winter is where most of the real work happens. Winter is when I plan. It's when I evaluate what worked and what didn't. It's when I decide what deserves space in my garden, my pantry, and my life. This is seed starting season. This is indoor growing season. This is the time to experiment without pressure. Winter is also when resilience becomes visible. When you're relying on stored food, preserved ingredients, and systems you built months ago, you quickly learn what actually worked and what needs adjusting. Every winter teaches me something new, and that's why I don't see winter as a pause. I see it as a foundation. I don't grow everything. I grow what feeds us well. A resilient food system doesn't come from growing as many things as possible. It comes from growing the right things. That means prioritizing reliable crops over trendy ones. It means making room for storage crops, the foods that carry you through winter. It means understanding that boring foods are often the most important ones. I also think long term. Perennials matter. Plants that come back year after year matter. And sometimes the most resilient crops are the ones that don't give immediate rewards. Some plants feed your body. Others feed your sense of continuity. Not everything needs to be productive right away to be valuable. Over time, I've learned that diversification isn't about doing more. It's about spreading risk and building patience into the system. Some of the most resilient parts of a homestead are the ones that require patience. Long term crops teach you to think beyond the current season. They remind you that not everything pays off immediately. Caring for plants that take years to mature changes how you approach food security. It shifts the focus from urgency to stewardship. Resilience isn't always about speed. Sometimes it's about staying power, and that mindset carries through everything else on the homestead. Animals aren't separate from the food system, they are the food system. Eggs, milk, manure, pest control, daily rhythm, livestock touches everything. But resilience doesn't mean having more animals. It means having the right animals. Animals should fit your space, your energy level, and your lifestyle. They should add stability, not stress. On a resilient homestead, animals reduce waste, create fertility, and provide food in ways that are deeply connected to daily life. They also ground you. There is something steadying about caring for animals through every season, especially in winter, that reminds you why these systems matter in the first place. Food security doesn't come from harvesting, it comes from what you do after. Preservation is where resilience becomes tangible. Freezing, drying, canning, shelf stable storage. Each method has a place, and each one adds a layer of security. I preserve food to make life easier, not to prove anything. The goal isn't to fill your pantry to the ceiling. The goal is to know that when life gets complicated, food doesn't have to be. Preservation turns abundance into peace of mind. And that's one of the most underrated parts of self sufficiency. A resilient homestead isn't built in a single season. It's built slowly through observation, adjustment, and grace. It evolves as life evolves. Some years you do more, some years you simplify, Both are valid. If you're building food security one small system at a time and you're doing it right. If you're choosing calm over chaos and sustainability over pressure, you're doing it right. This is what it means to live beautifully and self sufficiently. And this way of thinking is the foundation everything else here grows from. This is an ongoing journey, and I'll be sharing more of how these systems come together over time. If this kind of calm, practical approach to homesteading resonates with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me here.